Why is it that so many people who are emotionally aware, perceptive, and tuned in seem to come from difficult families? At first glance, it's almost like it feels like a contradiction. If someone is sensitive, intuitive, aware, shouldn't they have been raised in a calm, supportive environment? But it's not usually how it works. It's not that these people were placed into difficult families for a reason. It's that when you're naturally more sensitive, you experience those environments more deeply. You notice more. You feel more. And more importantly, you start asking questions that other people don't. In a healthy family, things tend to make sense. Love feels consistent. Words match behaviour. There's no real reason to question anything. But in a dysfunctional family, there's a mismatch. Someone says, "I love you," but behaves in a way that feels unsafe. Care comes with control. Affection feels unpredictable. And when that happens, something starts to shift inside you, because you can't just accept it. It doesn't add up. So your mind starts to try to understand. What is love really? Why does this feel wrong? What's true and what isn't? And that's where depth begins. Not because suffering is meaningful in itself, but because inconsistency forces you to think more deeply than most people ever have to. But there's another layer to this. What looks like awareness on the outside often starts as survival. And when you grow up in a difficult environment, you learn to read everything. Tone of voice, facial expressions, small changes in mood. You become highly aware, not because you choose to be, because you had to be. And that's how you stay safe. Later in life, that same awareness can turn into something powerful. Insight, emotional intelligence, the ability to see patterns clearly. But it doesn't automatically become that, because growing up in that kind of environment also creates confusion, especially around love. If love was mixed with fear, control, or inconsistency, then part of you learns that this is what love feels like. And unless that's questioned and worked through, people often repeat these patterns without realizing it. So the real shift doesn't come from pain itself. It comes from what you do with it. Some people stay stuck in it. Others begin to reflect, question, and understand. When that happens, something changes. You stop accepting what you were shown. You start defining things for yourself. What love actually is, what respect actually looks like, what you will and won't accept. But it's not that difficult families create awakened people. It's that they create pressure. And in some people, that pressure leads to deeper thinking, stronger awareness, and eventually real growth. Not automatically, but by design. But as a result of having to make sense of something that never made sense in the first place. And what you do with that awareness, that's the part that really matters.